Assalamualaikum and good day to Sir Shakir and my fellow classmates. Today, our group will present on Chapter 9, Lining Up for Sales and Marketing Strategies. For this chapter, our group will cover several different topics including sales strategy, marketing strategy, pricing and promotion, as well as Porter's 5 forces. So, the order of presentation would be Syuhada Salleh, followed by Kasyfi Yazid, and then me, Firdaus Herman, and finally Jeremy Jianhao. So without further ado, let's start with the first presenter.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone, and Sir Shakir. So my name is Syuhada binti Salleh and I'll be presenting the subtopic for our group presentation, which is sales strategies. So sales strategy is defined as a documented plan for positioning and selling your products to target the buyers in a meaningful way that can differentiate your product from the competitors. So strategies are meant to provide clear objective and guidance to the sales organization, where they include key information such as growth goals, buyer persona, and also competitive analysis. And the strategy can be based on marketing or business plan that details to the necessary action to achieve marketing objective. So actual skills and also good communication are essential for the strategy to be truly effective. And of course, the main goal for every sales strategy is to ensure the sales revenue for the business is higher than the cost provided to operate the business. So the next one is strategy plan. So there are actually total of 5 strategy plan, which is the first one is performance environment. So performance environment is vital. It is vital for the business owner to assess and enhance performance environment, where the performance environment can be measured based on the impact, the risk, the resource, and also the financial of the business. So this performance environment can able to boost the business and the owner reputation among the customer, supplier, and also staff. So the next one is business roadmap. So business roadmap is basically provide a strategic view of the business plan using means of graphical representation. So this is actually where it's providing information such as where the business is going and providing market analysis in the form of graphical representation. And the next one is organization. So organization is basically where the leader evaluate the organization design weakness and strength in regular basis. This can be done by looking at the current sales strategy, performance, and also social system. So the key output for this organization is to engage the leader about how their current business condition are right now, and if there are any change to be made to increase the sales revenue. So the next one is competitive analysis, where it's actually for the leader to assess the competitor strength and weakness, and where for them to study what the product the competitors sell, and gain information such as the price, service, inventory of the competitors, and etc. So the last one is buyer persona, which buyer persona is actually a research-based profile that describe a target customer, where it also describe on how what challenges are the potential customer face and how they make decision before buying the products. So it's normal for a business company to have multiple buyers persona, where each customer have their own ways to evaluate the product. So the company need different strategies so that the customer can easily approach their products. So the next one is there is few best practice in business strategy, where the practicing excellent business strategy is important for the company to reach their desired successful business. So the first one is It's very important for the CEO or business unit leader to actively participate in their business work company. So the active participation lead to encourage the employee to attain the business goals and also to enhance the employee performance and also productivity. So the next one is plan and execute robust communication effectively. So communication is important, and as selling and delivering product without excellent communication can be a huge problem. So effective communication can encourage the customer to express their feedback so that the company can improve their products. So the next one is linked to corporate strategy. So linked to corporate strategy is to ensure the company lower level of organization and higher level of organization align to achieve their business goals. So, and last one is to refresh the strategy occasionally, where the strategy need to be refreshed in regular basis by always looking at the business strength, weakness, core competence, and also the target market. So the next one is marketing. So the definition of marketing is the process of creating, communicating, and delivering products or service that have value for potential customer. So of course, the importance of marketing is to generate sales, to build trust with target customer, and to discover the best marketing tactics. So the next one is marketing research for new venture, where there are 4 steps altogether. So the first step is defining the purpose and objective for the new venture, where the business owner need to make a list of information to prepare the marketing plan, and they need to have information about the price of product, the venue to sell the product, and also the potential customer. So the next one is step 2 is gathering data from secondary sources. So secondary data is basically the data that already exists, and we can gain these secondary sources from newspaper articles, trade magazine, internet, or the libraries. So the third step is actually gathering information from the primary sources. So primary data is basically data that are new. So the company can gain primary sources from their observation, so where they can observe the potential customer and record their buying behavior and why they are potential to buy your products. And it can be the primary data can also be gained by making a focus group, where focus group is basically a group of 10 or 12 to 12 people that participate in a discussion related to the marketing research for the new venture. So the last one is step 4, where after we all gain all the data from primary sources and secondary sources, we can analyze and interpret the result by where it can be tabulated by hand or computer. So evaluation can be done by the business company so that they can improve their marketing structure. So the next one is sales and marketing strategy. So the successful launching of a business provide an opportunity to grow it through these 4 strategies, which is the first one is market penetration strategy. So market penetration strategy is basically means to increase sales in the existing market by concentrating on getting the customer to buy more of their existing products. So the next one is market development strategy. So this strategy is means to sell existing product to the new customer. So for example, the product can be sold to new location so at the same time, the product can be sold and promote and exposed to new customer to the society. And the next one is product development strategy. So product development strategy is basically developing and selling a new product service in presently satisfied old customer. So the experience with this particular old customer make it easier for the company to develop and next a new product to the group, as the customer already built their trust to the company. So the last one is diversification strategy, where this is the most the most difficult strategy to be implemented by the company, where it's basically the company are making a new product, but the product is closely related to their old product. But this way, the company can expand their market and also increase their sales revenue. So that's all from me, and I will pass this presentation to Kashfi.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohammad Kasyfi, Mohammad Yazid. My metric number is D18A0019. So we move on to the next part of the presentation, and my part is marketing strategies. So there are 4 components in marketing strategies, which are, first one is price. Price is the amount of money paid by customers to purchase the product. And second one is place. Place is the distribution or activities that make the product available to consumer or the customer. The third one is the product. Product is the amount of money that's paid by the customer to purchase the product. And the last one is promotion. Promotion is where the activities that communicate the product's features and benefits and persuade customers to purchase the product. So the next slide is we talk about the product. So product is the goods and the services offered by the company to its consumers, and its differentiation is concerned with the bending of demand of this customer to the will of supply. And product also an attempt to shift or change the slope demand from the customer for the market offering of an individual supplier. And Herman, Gordon, and Herman in 1995 said that price and product is one of the most important components in the marketing strategy. So next, so the tools of product that contribute to the marketing strategies. The first one is variety. So variety, for example, offering diverse services and products in a single location. Second one is quality. Quality is one of the most important tools in product, because quality is what a product can do for a customer. Product quality also is a competitive marker for brands that affect purchasing decision and profitability. And the third one is design. Design describes the process of imagining, creating, and iterating products that solve users' problems or address specific needs in the given market. In addition, product distinction may be achieved and maintained through frequent changes in product design. So the third one is features. So features can be described as a product trait or attribute that deliver value to end users and differentiate a product in the market. And the next one is brand name. Brand name can be defined as a unique set of marketing elements to differentiate a given product. And the last one is services. A service is the production of an essentially intangible benefit, either in its own right or as a significant element of a tangible product, which through some form of exchange specified and identified need. So next slide is place. So definition of place is the location where a product can be purchased by customer. So place also referred as distribution channel, where consumers can buy a product, find a product, and find the information about the product. So the tools that attribute to to place in marketing strategies is the first one is channel, and next one coverage. Coverage is where the assessment of the marketplace to determine of how much of the marketplace of the business should cover with their advertisement for a particular product or service. The next one is assortment. Assortment is the different types of products that a business makes or a retailer offers for sale. Location, inventory. Inventory is a very significant current asset for retailer, distributors, and manufacturers because inventory serves as a buffer between companies' sales of goods and purchases of production of goods. And the next one is transportation. Transportation such as delivery services. And the last one is logistics. Logistics is where a place for ensuring the materials and personnel are in the right place and at the right time. So let's see. And we move on to the next slide, which is the reasons for diversity in specific markets by Smith in 1995. So the first reason is variation in product, equipment, and methods or processes used by different manufacturers of products designed for the same or similar uses. The second one is specialized resources enjoyed by favorable situated manufacturers. The third one is unequal progress among competitors in design, development, and improvement of products. The fourth reason is the inability of the manufacturers in some industries to eliminate product variation, even through the application of quality control techniques. And the last reason is variation in producers estimates market demand with reference to such matters as price, sensitivity, color, material, or package type. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello. My name is Mohammad Firdaus bin Herman. My metric number is D18A0017. So my presentation will include promotion, pricing and pricing strategy. So let's talk about promotion. Promotion is selling the company's product or service through communication and persuasion. The general objective of promotion is to get people to know about your company or product and eventually get them to buy or use your product. There are many examples of promotion, but the ones that I would highlight on my presentation are advertising, public relation, personal selling, and viral advertising. So let's take a look at advertising and viral advertising first, as they are very much similar. So the idea of advertising is to bring a product to the intention of your potential or current customer in hopes that they will buy your product or use your service. I believe that advertising is the best way to promote your product, as it it is very effective in getting people to know about your product, and with many people know your product, you will increase your sales revenue. So advertising is usually product specific, where you will advertise a product differently from another types of product. There are several common medium that people use to advertise their product. One of them is TV advertisement, radio advertisement, internet advertisement, and billboard advertisement. For classic or common advertising, people usually advertise their product on TV, radio, or billboard. I believe out of these three, radio is the most effective way, as people usually spend more time on their car and shopping malls, where usually shopping malls play radios and expose them to advertisement, compared to TV advertisement, where you can just change channel to avoid that advertisement, or you can just ignore those billboard. So viral advertising is different from common advertising in the terms of medium that people use. So for viral advertising, people usually use social network or social media to advertise their product, as it is very fast in spreading information, just like how a virus spreads from one person to another, hence the name viral advertising. Another types of promotion includes public relation. Public relation is where company tries to build a strong public image amongst the public, and hopefully the public will have a positive view of their company and product, and make them more likely to buy their product. For example, Nestle Milo is very famous in Malaysia. In fact, I believe it is a go-to choice for most Malaysian when they try to buy a powdered chocolate, chocolate powdered drink. For example, people would buy Milo instead of its competitor Vico, because Milo is very common and very synonymous to them. One way to make one way to create a public image is through press release and charity. Another types of promotion is personal selling. Personal selling is quite famous in Malaysia. It is also known as face-to-face selling, where promoters or sellers will go to bypasser and promote their product. We can see this on shopping malls, where those promoters or sellers set up a booth or stall and promotes their product to bypasser by explaining their product, or by telling the advantages of their product in the hopes of those bypasser buying their product. Usually those promoter or seller will use their skill to persuade those bypasser to buy their product. Okay. The next is pricing. Pricing is price. Price is amount a customer pays for the product. So when you are trying to put a price, or when you are trying to put a price on your product or pricing, the basic rule is to price your product at the level a customer is expected to pay for the delivered quality. People would generally pay more for higher quality. But that does not mean that high quality usually means high price. There are some products that are low quality but price higher than average. Pricing directly affects sales revenue, and sales revenue is often related to cost. So what this statement trying to say here is when you are trying to price your product, there are several things that you need to consider. One of them is cost. So when you are trying to put a price, you should calculate the cost of sale and cost of production of that product before you price your product, in order to make the most out of your sales, and hopefully make a huge profit at the end of the day. Another factor that you need to think about is how the cost of raw materials could go up and down. This involves a long-term strategy planning for pricing their product. Usually, price of raw material can change, but no one expects the price of the end product to change. For example, the normal price of a Kit Kat is 3 ringgit, but when the price of cocoa increases, the company change the price of a Kit Kat to from 3 ringgit to maybe 5 ringgit or 6 ringgit. People does not expect this thing to happen. So and you usually would not want to do this because it would hurt your public image and make most people to not buy your product. So in order to solve that problem, you need to have a long-term strategy as to how you will overcome when the price of raw material increases. So the next part is pricing strategy. There are two types of pricing strategy that are commonly utilized by a company at a startup stage. The first one is skimming pricing strategy. The second one is penetration pricing strategy. So let's first take a look at skimming pricing strategy. Skimming pricing strategy is when a product is introduced at high price, which targets customers who are price insensitive. It is very useful when you are trying to enter a small market and you need to recover the cost quickly and make a quick profit. There are two types of skimming. The first one is rapid skimming, where you utilize a high price, high promotion. This is done when that market has a very strong or competitive competitor and you need to face them. So you use a high promotion or promotes strongly in order to face against your competitor and establish market share quickly. Another types of skimming is slow skimming. This is when you utilize high price and low promotion. This types of skimming is used when there are no serious competitors or serious competition is not expected. So an example of company that uses slow skimming is Fjallraven, where they market their product at a very high price but does not extensively promote their product. Another types of pricing strategy is penetration pricing strategy. Penetration pricing strategy is used for entering large market at a low price. This is you use this when you are trying to quickly enter certain market. So there are two types of penetration. The first one is rapid penetration, where you use low price and high promotion in order to penetrate market with crowded competition. An example is smartphone market. Back in 2015 to 2016, OnePlus and Xiaomi promotes their smartphone or their product as an affordable smartphone that could match against those high-end smartphones such as Samsung. At that time, they extensively promote their smartphone. Now they are one of the few well-known company in the smartphone market. Another types of penetration is low penetration, where you utilize low price and low promotion. This is used when market are expected to not react to the promotion or the market is very saturated. So that is all for my presentation.
Hello everyone and Syuhada. My name is Jeremy Tan and I'll be continuing the presentation on this topic. And I'll be talking about Porter's 5 forces. So basically, Porter's 5 forces is a method to analyze the competition in an industry or in a business. Yeah, so there are 5 forces, which firstly is competitive rivalry. Then we have threat of new entrants, threat of substitutes, the power of buyers, and the power of suppliers. Okay, moving on to the first force, we have competitive rivalry. So when we analyze a particular industry, it's best to start with this force first. This force refers to competitive rivalry, refers to the number of competition and the power the competitors have in this industry. So the things that will give one particular company more power over another company will include things like the differentiation between products. So these two companies, let's say these two companies, they produce the same product. Why would a customer buy from this company over the other company? It is because that this company has a particular uniqueness or there is a speciality. Even though they both produce the same benefit, but there's something that gives this company an edge over the other company, and that is the uniqueness, the difference. So moving on to the next thing that will give power is the size of competitors. Basically, a bigger company will have more power over a smaller company, and this is because customers will have more confidence to buy from bigger companies, because bigger companies, maybe they have been in the industry for longer, they have more products, they have better quality products, they have more reviews from other customers. So this gives confidence to the customers to buy from them. Okay, another point is marketing strategies. So a company that has a better marketing strategy will definitely have more power over and a better competitive edge over another company. This is because you're able to get your product out there. The customers know what products you're producing, what benefits they are. Why would they buy from you instead of another company? They can get it. They can know if you have a good marketing strategy. Okay, moving to the next force which is power of suppliers. So basically every company that produces a product requires the resource to make the product. So they get the resource from a supplier. Basically, suppliers produce the resource that company needs to produce their own products and services. So suppliers, they can get power when in different situations, such as when there is a limited number of suppliers that can provide the resource a company needs. So let's say your company needs this particular resource no matter what, and there are only a few number of suppliers that can give you this resource. So because suppliers know this, that you need this resource, and there's so limited number of suppliers that can give you this, they can play with the price. They can increase the price, and you cannot do anything about it because there's only a few suppliers. If you don't get it from me, you get it from him, and that's all. So this is how suppliers can get more power. So another situation is when it is expensive to move from one supplier to another supplier. This is known as switching costs. Switching costs is basically it not only includes monetary costs, but also maybe includes effort and time. examples would be, let's say you're getting from supplier A and you want to move to supplier B, but you have to find supplier B, you have to make deals with supplier B, and then you have to make sure that supplier B agrees and gives you a better deal than supplier A. So all these things, it takes time and it takes effort. And also when you're trying to move from one supplier to another supplier, it might disrupt the production of your product and service. So in a sense, it also delays your income and also gives you monetary loss. So another situation is when there is no substitute for the resource that the supplier produces. You want to make this product, and this product, no matter what, it needs this resource. So you cannot find a substitute for it. So when suppliers know this, they can increase the price with you, and you cannot do anything about it because you need this resource, and they only they can produce this resource for you. So you have no choice, you cannot substitute it. So that's when suppliers have more power. Okay, moving on to the next force, we have power of buyers. So customers or buyers can exert influence also to control an industry in certain circumstances. So this includes when there is little differentiation between products of different companies. Two different companies, they produce products that give you the same benefit, but there is little differentiation. So why should I continue to buy from your company? When the other company also produces the same product, it gives me the same benefit, there's like barely any difference. So I'm just going to buy from them. It's more convenient anyways. So things like that. You need to make sure that you produce a uniqueness in your product to ensure that buyers continue buying from you. And this is how customers have power in a certain way. Another circumstance is when switching from another product is not costly for customers. When you go from company A to company B, the customer doesn't have to pay much. It's the same thing anyways. So I mean, I'm just gonna buy from the other company if like that. So when it's not costly to switch from one company to another company, then buyers have more power. So in order to maybe make sure that customers stay, and in a sense, it's not costly for them to change to another company, but it gives them disadvantages. You can do things like provide loyal customers with benefits. So if a customer wants to change to another company, they lose on these benefits, and in a sense, they also lose out from your company. So that you can make customers stay in your company if you do so. Another circumstance where buyers will have more power is when the company has a small group of customers. Now, if there's only a small group of customers for your company, you have no choice but to meet whatever they want. So you cannot just increase the price however you want, because you increase the price, you lose your customers. And this is how buyers have a great power over a company. It's when there's only so small. If you lose them, then you lose all your income already. Yeah. Okay. Going on to the next force, we have threat of substitutes. So substitutes are products that produce the same benefit, but they are not in the same industry. I'll give you an example. For example, the transportation industry. So if you want to go from one point to another point, you want to go from Johor to Kelantan, you can go by bus, you can go by flight, you can go by car, I guess you can drive yourself. So let's compare a bus to an airplane. Customers can choose between an airline or a bus company. So when you're in an airline industry, you look in between the other competitors, which maybe it's like Mass Airline or Air Asia, but also a substitute is a bus company like KKKL. So things like this also you need to take into consideration. So threat from substitutes can come when the price of a substitute product falls. So normally bus tickets are cheaper than flight tickets, but then a sudden threat can come for bus companies if suddenly the price tickets for a flight drops. So when the price tickets for a flight drops, then suddenly there's a threat for the bus company. the threat from a substitute, which is the airline company. I hope you get me. Another situation is when it is easier for customers to switch to a substitute product. So they want to change from one product to another product. They want to change from buying water to buying Coke, and they can just do so. They can just I'm thirsty, I want to drink water, and then they just go to a shop and buy. So yeah, that's a threat also. And when buyers are willing to substitute their products from different competitors, maybe let's say your product is cheaper, is better, not better, maybe it's cheaper. It has an edge, which is the price is lower than another product. Let's say water is definitely cheaper than a soft drink, let's say 100 plus. But then buyers are willing to spend for 100 plus because they want to drink 100 plus. They want to quench their thirst to drink 100 plus instead of water. So water companies are being threatened by substitutes, which are other drink companies. Okay, moving on to the last force, which is threat of new entrants. So the threat of entry in an industry is determined by how easy it is for a new company to enter an industry. And how easy it is to enter is based on a few entry barriers. So the things that affect the easiness to enter an industry is the cost of a buyer to change to another company. And this is basically like I previously mentioned, if there's another company and it's not expensive, it is easy for customers to change from this company to another company, then it is easy for companies to survive inside an industry, for new companies to survive. Because when there are new entrants, then you have to think about things like whether you can get customers or not. And if it is easy for customers to change to your company, then it is easy for the company to enter and grow inside this industry. I hope you understand. Okay, next, the difficulty to achieve economy of scales. So a new company in a particular industry, if let's say it is easy for them to reach this is just an analogy, but this much economy of sales instead of this much, then it will be easier for a new entrant to survive in the industry. They only need to achieve until this, and then they're good to go. If an industry needs this much in order to survive, then it will have likely less new entrants than other industries. Lastly, the policy and law, whether they encourage or discourage new entrants into this industry. So examples will be maybe the smoking industry. Our government maybe wouldn't want people to smoke as much, so they do not encourage people to go into this industry. So because of that, there is less benefits, maybe less help from the government, and it is harder for a new company to survive in that industry. I hope you understand this, and that is all from my group. Thank you very much.